right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Sports Unplugged. I, of course, am Leon Rogers, a.k.a. the master of all like avion. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Shout out to the big homie, Big Mad, who pushes all the buttons, bells, and whistles. We got a lot going on today. Let's get right into it. Mad.
Yes, sir.
NFL.
Right.
Week 2 recap so far. Chiefs versus Eagles. Last night, I got to give you props. You said Chip Kelly might not make it the whole year, and I'm starting to see that might come to fruition.
Well, no, he's going to make it this year. He's, of course, going to make it through this year.
Okay.
I just said he wasn't going to make it past 2 years.
Yeah, and then the Oregon job is done. So what do you go?
You can't go back. But let's talk about that game from last night real quick.
Yeah, 4 turnovers, Kansas City Chiefs, good, but not as good as everybody thinks.
No, I don't think so.
I'm looking at a couple of the teams they played before they played the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
You play the Cowboys team that's all over the place every year.
Right.
Okay, and then you come back, you play the Eagles. Let's see what happens next week.
Yeah, but here's the thing. With the Eagles, with that offense, you're getting film on them now. I just don't. Here's the thing. This is not college. And when I say that, I'm not saying this offense can't work in the NFL. What I'm saying is that Chip Kelly's thought process of this offense is just go, go, go. You can't do that. You can't. You're hoping to outscore everybody. You don't have the depth that you have in college football. You don't have all the best players. When you recruit everybody, you have the best players. Maybe 2 or 3. Your third string could beat most of these teams. Right. So you have players flying in. You don't have that in the NFL.
I will say this though, for what people may seem as a Chip Kelly failure, if he does have to leave, someone will take it and tweak it and continue to. It's going to get tweaked. That people are not. It's just like with the read option, which, by the way, has been run before.
Yeah, everyone saw that on PTI. PTI went and showed the read option.
Done and Michael Vick did it. But what I'm saying is, somebody's going to take Chip Kelly's idea, tweak it just a little bit so that it works. Right. In the NFL.
Well, here's the thing. Chip Kelly might be able to fix it. He has to get his mind off of just offense. You're a coach of a football team.
Skill
Your
positions
defense
love
sucks.
It. Skill positions love it. The receivers, the quarterback, and the running back love it. The linemen and the tight ends hate it.
It's killing them.
It's killing them. And I mean, eventually, defenses, then we're going to see guys faking like they're hurt just to slow these guys down.
Michael Vick's going to get killed. I mean, it's probably not even the offensive line's fault. It's a wide open offense. It's a faulty line already from last year. They weren't that good. They're better this year, but now you're running them into the ground. They're tired.
A former quarterback from Oregon said, when I played in that offense, I got hit a lot. You get hit a lot in that offense.
Exactly. And the thing is, even though Michael Vick had his longest run ever in his career, a 61-yard rush.
He didn't go to the house. That's an old
man. He didn't look as fast.
Back in the day, he'd have been out of here.
He got ran down. I was like, wow. But I'm going to tell you this right now. That was in the third quarter? He was tired.
He's gassed.
He's tired. That happened in the first quarter. I think he's taking it all the way. LaShawn McCoy, he's going to have the best season ever this year. Yeah. If he holds up. If his body holds up. Mike Vick ain't going to make it the whole year. I can tell you that right now.
Jackson, if he can get open, he's going to have. He's been catching
he's been having a good year. But the thing is, that team won't go anywhere because they are giving up points as fast as they're getting points. Yeah. And then when you have a team that
all you need, if you're the Chiefs, like the Chiefs are probably saying, all we need is one stop because we know they can't stop us.
And guys are now blitzing.
Well, let's talk about Alex Smith.
He is a good quarterback.
And you think
there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Tutelage, he's going to get even better? Do you think his growth got stunted? He had hit his ceiling in San Francisco?
No. I thought because if you think about it.
Because of the coaching.
No. When Jim Harbaugh came in there, Alex Smith got better every year.
He did.
The only reason he wasn't the starter last year was because he got hurt. And Colin
Kaepernick brings more.
Exactly. That's the only.
But Alex Smith can run the ball
a little bit. But not like Colin Kaepernick. The only reason he lost his starting position was because he got hurt, and it was hard to go back to him after Colin took over.
Definitely.
That's the only reason he lost his job. The man was 6-2, had one of the best passing percentages in the league.
Took care of the ball, everything.
I
like him with the Chiefs.
He's gotten better. So now you got another quarterback guru with Andy Reid, who really takes care of his quarterback, he's going to be decent this year.
Can this Kansas City Chiefs team win the AFC West?
I need to see them against Denver. I need to see them against, because it's like I really, because is this defense legit? They proved that they proved that they could slow down the Chip Kelly offense.
Let me tell you, they're back.
Can they slow down Peyton Manning?
Their front seven is nice, but I like their secondary. Mm-hmm. I totally like their secondary.
They're really good secondary. They have a front seven that's coming after you.
Drafted so many defensive linemen years and years and years.
Yeah.
It's been building up.
It's been building up. And then the offense, they have a good offensive line, a great running back,
a key receiver in Bo.
Yep. And Alex Smith is not going to make the mistake that's going to kill you.
They have all the tools there to win the AFC West.
Exactly. They do. I need to see them against Denver.
So let's just say they go to Denver and let's say they lose by 3 points or a touchdown.
If they give them a good game, then of course I'm on board with it. You know what I'm saying? I just need to see them against Denver before I can make that assessment. I'm not going to say I've seen enough from Alex Smith over the last 2 to 3 years.
You know that he's a starting quarterback.
He's a starting quarterback and he can guide this team as long as the defense plays well. I'm gonna say a little bit better than Trent Dilfer. I think he does more than Trent Dilfer because Dilfer.
I don't think he's a game manager.
You know, that's what I'm saying. He's more than Trent Dilfer.
He can make some plays.
He can make some plays when he need to, but he also knows how to take care of the ball, which is very important. Right. So now my concern is with the Eagles, this offense, which is impressive. Here's the thing. Chip Kelly has to understand tempo. His thing is tempo is just go, 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 go. No, slow it down sometimes. Change the tempo. It can help your offense out at the end of the game, I think.
What about a two? If you're going to go, what about a 2-quarterback system?
It's been proven that it doesn't work in the NFL. Egos, it just doesn't work. I don't think Michael Vick would go for it. I mean, he'd go for it because he has no choice, but I just don't see it happening.
You can't get a rhythm going.
No, and especially with that kind of offense, you need a rhythm.
Have rhythm.
And Michael Vick fits that offense.
Like you said, the best thing to do is ramp it up. Say maybe for the first three series, we ramp it up. Mm-hmm. Next 2, we come out regular.
Right.
Then we ramp it up on them. Switch the game tempo up and down, like turning the thermostat control on your air conditioner at home. Your wife comes in, puts it up on 75 because she likes the house a little warmer. You want it on 60. You bring it down.
Yeah, exactly. But let's go back to week 2 now. Let's go back to the week 2 games, and let's go back to Philly. They should never have lost that game to San Diego. No. Phillip Rivers looked like a god out there, and Phillip Rivers, I don't know what's going on. I know he's never had a strong arm, but it looked like that ball was in the air forever.
Because the defense was
terrible. And Michael Vick put up some of the best numbers he's ever put up in his life. The offensive numbers were ridiculous, and they still couldn't get nothing done. So, like I said, Chip Kelly needs to understand that
tweak it.
You got to tweak it a little bit.
Just tweak it. You got to
pay attention to your defense. You got to pay attention to your defense because people were giving them such props after against Washington.
I just don't think you can do anything with the defense now. You're gonna have to build through the draft. I think the defense is gonna be what it's gonna be for the rest of the year. And if they were hoping that their offense was going to put up enough numbers where that defense could have a cushion and be a bend but don't break defense.
This is not college.
But I'm saying
it doesn't work like that.
They've shown, but at least in college, Oregon did have some stout defenses. Like they would be okay.
They could hold up. Yeah,
putting up 40-some points, they could keep somebody to 21.
Right.
This Philadelphia defense can't even keep people.
No,
they'll get numbers hung on them
exactly
easily.
Now go to another game I wanted to talk about was the Redskins and the Packers. Let's talk about RG3. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to say this, and I've said this before. I feel like RG3 rushed himself back, and let me tell you why. It all goes back to, and I remember when the Redskins did this. This told me a lot about what Shanahan thought about RG3. One, he didn't want to trade up that high to get him, okay? He didn't want to trade up that high to get him. But 2, upon drafting Kirk Cousins, it let me know that's the quarterback Shanahan really wanted. That's what he wanted. But the owner, Redskins Nation, hey, if RG3's there, take him. He's the best player in the draft. And this is not discrediting RG3. I'm thinking from the mind of Shanahan now. I'm looking at Shanahan, okay? And people was like, well, you got to be crazy to, I said, listen, man. At the end of the day, he a coach. He don't care about nothing but how his game plan is going to get run. And I think RG3 put pressure on himself and rushed himself back because he thought if I sit down and Kirk Cousins plays and he does well, I'm never going to see the field again. I become expendable. Because don't get it twisted. Remember them games that Kirk Cousins played last
year? He played well.
He lit teams up.
Mm-hmm.
And with that defense, he can score enough where they can win. And I think RG3 was worried about this guy wins, gets 3-4 games in, we could have a whole Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe situation.
You have
Alex Smith,
Kaepernick.
Now, even though Kirk Cousins doesn't run as well as RG3, but hey, at the end of the
day, this offense that they're running right now is the Kirk Cousins offense.
And so I think RG3 put the pressure on himself to come back. I don't think he's ready. Like you said, I think he's dragging his leg. He doesn't look ready. He's not cutting into, and I think in the long run it's going to hurt him. If I was him, I would have sat till week 8, or just held. He makes Derrick Rose look like a genius.
Right.
I'll put it like that.
I mean, the thing is, like you said, with Kirk Cousins in there, it changes your mind. You know what I'm saying? If you just had a bum behind you,
if it was Rex Grossman, he would have sat.
Exactly.
I'll come back and take my job from
Exactly. But if Kirk Cousins like you said, wins 4 games in a row, you don't sit him down.
And
I know you don't. See, here's the thing: people say you don't lose your job unless you're a quarterback. Because if that quarterback's on a roll, you don't sit a quarterback down.
Dude shooting dice craps in Vegas, he got the hot hand.
You don't sit him down.
Take the dice from
him.
But then factor into the fact that Shanahan's not really all in on you
Nope.
yet. He has not defended you in the media. He does not. He sits back, lets you talk, and then he comes and says something that's slightly contradictory.
And like everybody says, the digs that RG3 and his dad kind of took at Shanahan in the offseason.
It's right here.
Hey, man, look.
And so Shanahan's probably like, and this is me talking, this is no way, shape, or form reflects what Shanahan's at. Sit your ass down if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And let the person who I really had my eye on come in. This is Daniel Snyder pick.
Right.
It's not really my pick. I'm going with it because everybody wanted it. It was great publicity. I really like Kirk Cousins, and look how late we got him.
Right.
It's like a Russell Wilson type thing. Like Pete Carroll's like, oh, Russell Wilson fell to me 3rd round?
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I feel like he's just as good as them guy.
Right.
That's how he feels about Kirk Cousins. But Kirk Cousins come in, plays well. RG3, you're done. You're expendable. I can get a lot for you.
Exactly. Here's my thing, and here's the scary part. What are they gonna do when it's time to decide?
When it's real time.
I'm telling you, last year was easy. Kirk Cousins, guess what you've done? You just gave us a 1st and a 3rd round pick. Boom. Now with everything coming out and everything, the whole offseason, if RG3 just kept his mouth shut, we probably wouldn't have this problem at all.
That's it.
But here's the thing now. Now you're seeing that there's like a little bit of a division, a little rift between them two. Who's to say? Let them keep losing games, and they can. Who's to say all of a sudden, like you said, RG3 now, hey,
but now
I can trade you.
But here's the thing, though. Now you're kind of stuck. You're kind of forced to use RG3 because
you can't sit him down.
You see that knee? Or other teams are just like.
Because the question of the week was, should you bench RG3? You can't bench him now. No. It's too late. No. You as they say, all in with RG3 for the season. You're in there.
Unless he gets hurt again.
And now you've changed your offense where you're not even running the ball like you used to.
Because he's not. But my thing is too, like I say, even though with the whole RG thing, when it comes time to decide, it's gonna be tough because for the simple fact, teams are gonna look like if it was the RG3 that played the first year, no brainer. We'll sell the farm to get him.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're looking at that knee.
Right.
We're looking at he doesn't plant. We're looking at he runs gingerly, and we haven't seen enough of him as a pure drop back passer to say, okay, well, if we take this element out of his game, he's still in the NFL.
Like everybody that was saying that RG3 needed to sit out the offseason and then bring up Peyton Manning and he didn't play in the offseason, certain players. Look here, RG3 this is his 2nd year in the league. All those players that missed training camp and preseason, those guys were vets at the time. They knew what they were doing.
Well, wait. Let's be honest. Hold on. Take Peyton Manning out of that. He wanted to play.
No. I'm talking about when he was with the Colts.
Oh, okay.
I think he didn't play in a few preseason games. With the Colts.
After he knew the offense.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. But when he came back from back surgery, he played a lot just to get comfortable.
And listen to what all the receivers said. We notice a major difference in his balls he's throwing this year and from last year. And we're talking about probably when it's all said and done, one of the greatest to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
RG3, you're gonna not play and there's my reason why he wouldn't have started. He didn't play preseason, dog. This is NFL.
Right.
And unless you know something I don't know, you can't start.
Exactly.
Kirk Cousins is gonna start. He's gonna take most of the snaps of preseason. We'll get you ready. Hold fast. We'll get you ready for next year or maybe middle of the season or bleed you in slowly. But right now, I can't come out the gate. And now Redskins have come out the gate 0-2.
But here's the thing. Just think about. Just think about the situation what the Redskins have. If they had not played, and I heard this from I think Jerome Bettis, if you did not start RG3, and let's just say Kirk Cousins did all right, he was playing well. Mm-hmm. When do you put him in? Right. When do you put him in? If you feel like he's not comfortable with his leg and he hasn't played any games, when do you put him in? Because he still hasn't played any games.
You don't.
When do you put him in? Oh, now you're gonna sit RG3 for a whole year? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it should have been under the Derrick Rose Act from the jump, though.
Tough.
I said he shouldn't have played.
But hold on. But then Adrian Peterson, that's everyone was talking about. But Adrian Peterson came back and played just fine.
Adrian Peterson was a freak, an anomaly. You can't name.
Then you had RG3 running up and down the field like
RG3 played himself down by talking too much to the media.
Exactly.
He should have just went on rehab, came in. But at the end of the day, I'm pulling for him. I hope he turns it around. You know, usually in the second half of games.
Don't look at his numbers. Them numbers when he's behind by 30 points and he's just throwing the ball around. Yeah. I ain't buying his numbers right now. I'm not buying his numbers right now.
They lose the dual threat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not a dual threat right now.
Nope. He's a good passer. I'm not gonna say he can't pass.
He's playing gingerly on that.
But when you're playing gingerly in the leg, and when you're favoring the leg, when you're not playing with the total, I don't think confidence in your leg, where you're making all the right throws, because RG3 can throw the ball. Mm-hmm. He can throw the ball with almost anybody. You know what I'm saying? When you lose the fact that you're running, now defenses are playing you like a pocket passer, right. and with that dual threat, that read option really ain't there, right. Because they're not going for it.
No, it's not.
Let's go to another game, 49ers Seahawks.
Hey, listen. I've said this. I picked them as my division winner.
Mm-hmm.
I said the 49ers will get in as a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Seahawks are built to go to the Super Bowl. Everybody talks about the 49ers
mm-hmm.
and Harbaugh and his own team. This Seahawks team, and I'm going to tell you, it's, the offense does not get enough props. We talk about their defense, but Russell Wilson, don't let me get on my Russell Wilson soapbox again. You know how I feel about that. Marshawn Lynch, they have a dominant physical running back.
Yep.
And their offensive line might be one of the best in the league.
Always have been.
Okung and all those guys, they're big up front, and they have receivers which are young and big. Now, Sidney Rice, yet to come around yet due to the injuries. Now,
and Percy Harvin, too.
This team is not even playing with Percy Harvin.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have the they're still relying off Golden Tate and all that.
And they're really relying on them. They're relying on Baldwin and a rookie, too. I forget his name yet.
But just imagine if Harvin was in this mix, in the slot.
Yep. No, I know.
More promise.
Oh, I understand.
I like him. Special teams, I love them.
I love the defense.
And what I like about them, the last two times they've played the 49ers, they whooped them. Richard Sherman said it best. He said, what was the score the last time we played? We whooped them.
Mm-hmm.
And they made Colin Kaepernick look mortal.
Now, let's go ahead and...
they made him look real mortal.
Last week, and somebody mentioned this on our...
bicep kissing, shade that eyebrow.
Hey, last week, we came on, and I think we got...
a little ahead of ourselves.
We're guilty of prisoner of the moment, a little bit. We were called out on YouTube saying that we disrespected Aaron Rodgers. I want to apologize. Mr. Rodgers. You're right.
Praise the football guys because he's on my fantasy team. And when I saw the 480 points, I almost masturbated right at the computer. Now with Colin Kaepernick, let me tell you what we did. I'm going to give you the exact.
Go ahead. What do we do with Colin?
This is what we did with Colin. We saw the cover of the porno DVD. And we saw some clips, and we was like, this looks like an awesome porno DVD.
Uh-huh.
But then we put that DVD in, and it wasn't any of the females that was on the cover were not in there. They were all skanky and terrible looking. But on the front, we saw Roxy Reynolds, we saw Alicia Tyler, and we saw Beauty Dior. Inside, It was random chicks from neighborhoods across America.
Ain't that bad
That was
either.
Colin Kaepernick last week.
That was him
Still
last
good,
week.
still
I still
but
excited
not-
about Colin Kaepernick,
I am
but it was just because the thing is that we've never seen him play like that before.
Mortal.
Let's be honest. How many bad games has he had since he started? Not that, I mean, maybe one.
And
even in the Super Bowl, he came back and played tough.
And a little bit frazzled. Like he literally was frazzled.
Hey, look, man, I'm picking Seattle every single time they're at home. That home field advantage is something else. It's crazy. They looked confused out there.
Who can beat Seattle on their schedule? If we go and look at their schedule, what
At home? I mean,
period.
No, I think teams can beat them because their offense is okay. Their offense is good, but it's not. If somebody gets up on them,
But here's my
if somebody gets up on Seattle, because I think their strength is a running game. Whenever you have a running team, if you get up on them, I know it's hard to because they have a really good defense. If you get up on Seattle, I think they'll have a hard time coming back. Hell, I think when they go down to San Francisco, I think the 49ers might get them when they go back to the Bay.
Here's my thing, and this is what I asked. Look, they got the Jaguars next, which they're favored by 19.
I think the Jaguars are the worst team of all time.
And they have the Texans at Houston.
I think it's gonna be a tough game.
Think so?
Yeah, the Texans can get them.
I think they will be so physical with the Texans.
I think
they don't know what to do.
Hey, they can. I think they might be able to get them.
One thing I've always said about the Texans, I think they're soft when it matters.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. But the Texans are good enough to get them.
Colts. That defense is going to eat Andrew Luck alive.
Okay.
Titans. Cardinals. Even with the new quarterback. And shout out to Carson Palmer.
He was playing well. He was playing well.
Okay. Rams. Buccaneers. Next big test, Falcons.
Falcons, we get them.
Falcons defense is Achilles' heel.
I don't think like I said, but the Falcons offense is really good.
It is, but when you have a secondary like Richard Sherman, they're gonna say, "Hey, Rich, go grab Julio Jones and just take him out the game for the rest of the day."
It's still Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez,
but then you still got
Browner. I understand that. Please believe me, I understand that. But the
Atlanta. So okay,
the Falcons offense is good.
Atlanta. I might give you that. Mm-hmm. Vikings.
Yeah.
Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Tough game.
Yeah,
tough game. 49ers. Tough game.
Yeah.
Giants. You believe in them.
I believe in them.
And it's late in the year and it's at New York.
Oh, God. Give me Eli. Or, that's a game that Eli either throw for 5 touchdowns and beat their ass, or Richard Sherman going to have 3 touchdowns and taking 2 of them back. I love Eli.
Cardinals. Again,
look, I said,
Seattle and the Rams. They close out.
What helps Seattle? What helps Seattle is the scheduling, because whoever gets the NFC, what was that? NFC South and AFC South. Whoever gets the AFC South and then the rest of the NFC, right. You're getting wins.
I tell you what, I'm going to say this: if they get to week 10,
because guess what, the 49ers have the same kind of schedule, so they'll be getting
week 10. And they're unbeaten when they play the Falcons, and they beat the Falcons. They're gonna finish the season unbeaten. They will beat the Saints.
They're not gonna be unbeaten going into that game. I don't think. I think
the only person you just said got a shot to beat them is the Texans.
Hey, somebody's gonna get them. There's always that one game that you shouldn't have lost. You're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose the game because, like I said, the offense is good, but it ain't great, and defenses can have bad games. So it'll be one of those situations where the defense probably get caught off guard or something like that, and the offense can't catch up. Go ahead.
Like that. I attribute the game 1 struggle to the Panthers to just game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They manhandled the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
29-3. They're going.
They held serve at home. That's what they did.
Of course, all this will go out the window next week when the Jaguars pull off the most stunning
upset. Right. And then we have to come back and say,
Once again, I looked at the front of the box. That's how all this nakedness. But when I opened it, it was a make love video.
Let's go ahead and talk about Eli Manning and Peyton Manning. I feel bad for Eli. I think he's trying to put everything on his shoulders and try to win every game with his arm, which is not the smart thing to do for Eli Manning.
I don't feel bad for Eli Manning.
He got 2 rings.
I'm not even surprised. It's how it happens every year.
This is what Eli does.
This is what they do. In that second half of the season, when Coughlin cusses everybody out and gives them the whole, if you're early, you're on time.
And Coughlin's on the hot seat every year.
I'm on the hot seat. And the next thing you know, they're going on a hell of a run. And now we're looking at
and it's the NFC and it's the NFC East.
Yeah, because
8-8 can get you in.
Let's see. Cowboys are what? 1-1.
They're 1-1. Philly's 1-2.
Redskins are
0-2.
But we chill.
Hey, we're good.
No worries. Be cool.
So I'm just like, look. The reason why
look who they lost to. They lost to Denver.
They lost to Denver. And look here. This is the reason why I have such a kinship with Eli Manning. Eli Manning plays football the way I play Madden. I'm the guy that has 30 touchdowns and 29 interceptions and winning MVP, baby.
Right.
That's what I do. Right now, I'm playing Madden right now with the Cardinals. Carson Palmer got 30 touchdowns, 29 picks. Oh, I go touchdown for pick every year. That's what I do. So me and Eli, I understand Eli.
And then you make your run.
I make my runs where I probably have a couple games with no interception, but then I have that 5-6 interception game, and I was like, what happened? I don't know.
Win.
I still win the game.
And that's all that matters.
And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? 400 yards, 5 picks, 3 touchdowns, game-winning drive. Clutch, baby.
And that's
clutch. That's Eli does.
That's what Eli has over his brother.
Clutch.
And in the playoffs. Peyton is clutch during the regular season, but when them lights on, Eli Manning and Joe Flacco are the 2 best, and Brady are the 3 best playoff quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, Eli loves you to sleep with his 3 picks. That's what happened in the first game of the season. He gave him 2 picks, they fell asleep, and all of a sudden in the fourth quarter,
bam,
I'm giving him 4 touchdowns and 400 yards right now.
Bam.
Y'all fell asleep. Thought I was off? Oh no, I was lulling you to sleep.
Who still gets the carving knife at Thanksgiving though?
Oh, Peyton. He's the older brother. You can beat him up.
Nah. I say Eli still get it. Yeah. Eli said it's Hardwell.
Oh, that's fine. And Peyton looks at him. I got more money than you. Yeah,
that's great.
I live in New York.
That's great.
I live in Denver.
I'm gonna play.
My house is bigger than yours.
I'm gonna play 5 more years. I can do this.
No, but the thing is, the Broncos look good. Look good,
and they're not even fully loaded.
I'm waiting. I gotta see what happens now that they lost the left tackle. I gotta see what happens.
Lady, man,
that's tough. I gotta see what happens.
Might not want to. And think about the new left tackle that comes in to take the place. That's a lot of pressure, G. The whole world.
Don't mess this up.
You better guard him.
Please take care of him.
Baby Jesus back there throwing that football. Because if you get hurt, they will run you out of Denver, dog.
Denver, like I said, Denver, honestly, looking at the AFC right now, man, heading above everybody out there. Heading above everybody out there. I didn't think
the Broncos were going to manhandle them like that, though, to be honest.
Me neither, but I mean.
The Giants' pass rush was just like.
But it was, what was it, 10-9 at the halftime?
Yeah.
Again.
Just like he did on Baltimore.
Yeah, 40 points. I'm like, what the? 30 points in the second half. I'm like, what are we doing?
Jason Pierre-Paul and them couldn't get a pass rush.
Couldn't touch him. So, like I said, looking at, when you have the Tom Brady's just having a rough go at it right now with the young offense. Still trying to figure out why Brandon Lloyd's in zombie movies and not playing football. But hey.
Let's switch it up and let's talk about Packers and the Redskins. We already talked a little bit about RG3 and how he just doesn't look 100%. And we lightweight talked about Aaron Rodgers being disrespected. Probably is the best quarterback.
Yeah, we sorry
in the NFL.
Sorry about that.
What do you think of the Packers right now? Are they? Because I got them still winning the North. And I'll tell you why when we talk about our next game. But right now, offensively, I don't care what great Jordy Nelson is a goon. Randall Cobb is going to be a great player. Now, with Lacy, it looks like they're going to have a little bit of running game. Between Lacy and Starks, it looks like they're going to have a decent running game. Now, their defense is going to be bend but don't break.
Right.
But as long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt, I can see the Packers making a run.
Right. Things are all true. I mean, the thing about the Packers are what they are.
Crown their ass.
Exactly. The Packers are who they are. My whole thing was the protection of him, of Aaron Rodgers, and I wasn't really sure about Randall Cobb. He's had some good games, but now he is one of the guys that you have to concern about. Jordy Nelson does what he does. Eddie Lacy. The running game is still kind of weak. James Stark had a 100-yard game last week. Almost made you think, because James Stark had good games last year.
Yes, he did.
I'm just like, what was the point of getting Eddie Lacy?
Long-term,
Eddie Lacy, of course, is going to be the guy. I'm not mad at the pick. Can they win the North? Yeah, I'm not saying they can't win the North. I'm just going with the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Now let's talk about the Bears. Bears and Vikings. Here's why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Bears.
Jay Cutler gives every team a chance to win. The Bears?
Does Jay give him every chance to win?
The Bears, another team.
Well, I'm just saying because Cincinnati let him off the hook. And I think the Vikings let him off the hook, too. The Vikings had the ball before the Bears did that game-winning drive and did nothing with it.
Okay.
So,
but see, hold on. Before you go there, look, when it comes to football, there are certain things that when you say let the teams off the hook, I think it'd be like the Chargers. When you're up by like 3-4 touchdowns and you lose the game, yeah. Neither team had that kind of control of the game. Cincinnati almost, but when you have turnovers,
I disagree.
The Bears create turnovers. That's what they do.
That game against Cincinnati was outplaying the Bears.
Okay.
And that's what I mean by let them off the hook. But Dalton didn't have a good game. AJ Green wasn't lighting up their secondary.
Okay. But the Bears, that's what the Bears do. They create turnovers. You have the thing about the Bears defense, they are the ultimate bend but don't break. You have great offensive numbers against the Bears, but at the end of the day, they're taking balls away.
Ultimate epitome of the Bears fans that are okay with that shit. Seattle creates turnovers too, but they dominate.
No, I understand that. No.
The 49ers have turnovers.
Hey, look, it's aggravating as all hell.
It's like the whole Peanut Tillman argument when people be like, "Oh, he's a great corner. He's great for the system that he plays."
Yeah,
in. But Peanut Tillman gives up a lot of.
I know. No, it's aggravating. I'm not saying it's not aggravating. Please believe me, I hate it, but it's just something they do, and they've been doing it for years. And it has led them to some really good seasons. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's aggravating. Hey,
I'm the culture of Bears football that I hate. That's the part
I understand.
And then at the same time, they'll turn around and, excuse my French, but shit on Jay Cutler because he's not putting up 45, 50 points when he didn't have anybody to throw to. And the last 2 weeks, he's pulled your ass out the fire with great drive.
And he's played well.
Very well within the system, not turning the ball over.
My question to you, the thing I'm liking about the Bears this year, you know what I'm saying? I understand the Packers are the Packers. They're doing what they do, okay? The thing that I like about the Bears, especially the offense right now, is because it almost looks like they're continually getting better.
And variety.
And it looks like you're seeing things added to the offense.
Practice.
The turnovers, the thing about the Bears offense last week, the Bears offense was moving the ball up and down all day. The turnovers was what got them. And a couple of the turnovers were just kind of crazy. The tip ball at the line and the fumble, we understand that. Things happen. But Jay's not making as many bonehead plays as he was last year. Except for that one pass where I don't know what the hell he was doing, where Marshall was in the end zone, but the ball landed at the 10-yard line. Right. Pick. I was like, what the hell is going on with that? But outside of that
could have been miscommunication.
Exactly. But outside of that, I haven't seen that many, what the hell are you doing, Jay? Like I usually have. No, exactly. I have that at least 3, 4, 5 times a game.
And the guts he throws at work. The guts he throw to Martellus Bennett.
Bennett.
The black unicorn. That was a no catch when he fell on the cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that was a gutsy-ass throw, and that was a gutsy-ass catch. And then the back shoulder throw to him to win the game. I'm loving all that. I just want to see that game where it's all
put together. And the thing is,
rocking, and the Bears are 3-and-out and dominating turnovers.
Hey, look, I'm looking for that too. And the thing is, I think we're building towards that. I think it's. I love the offense because
it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. I've always liked the West Coast offense for this team, for Jay Cutler, because I think when you
he's got receivers.
When you tell Jay to throw the ball and just chuck it, it's bad business. Bad business. Because
you got a Megatron.
Brandon Marshall does his thing, but he locks in on him, and it's like he don't care. And you just say, "Oh, I'm going here. I'm chucking it up." Now Tressman's giving him options, and Tressman, as Jay Lee says, is saving Jay Cutler from himself. Yeah. Just saving him from himself. I do like the Bears. I feel like the Bears will be all right. The Bears will make the playoffs, I do believe, this year. The Bears are making the playoffs this year. I saw them win the North, so they have to go to the playoffs.
That's the only way they'll go. Because if they don't win the North, they're not going to go. You're going to have 2 from the South and 2 from the West.
It'll be tough. All
right. Let's talk about college football. We'll switch it up. College football, big game last week. Texas A&M took on Alabama. At first, it looked like Johnny Manziel was up to his old tricks and was finna pull it again.
Look here, man. When the game started, I was at work watching it on the TV.
I got to do this. Johnny Manziel, I sat here on this show last week, and I said Alabama was going to hand you your ass on a platter. I said they've been looking towards this game all year long, and when you got to play them, you was going to get the dog crap kicked out of you and not have a good game. Sir, from the bottom of my heart,
I apologize.
On my 3 children who I love to death, I apologize wholeheartedly. You are the motherfucking man in college football.
Look here, man. When I watched the beginning of that game,
you should be paid handsomely.
Hey, man. When I watched the first half of the game, I was like, oh, my God. They about to blow these boys out. I was like, oh, boy. It's about to be crazy. Big ups to Alabama just holding it together. Because
shout out to A.J. McCarron.
Yeah, A.J. McCarron had a great game.
And like you said, I guarantee you Saban said, hey, man, it's 14-zip. I need to drive, homie.
Right. It's just one of those things. And he did it because my thing is to be on the road, to do what A&M did to start that game, 14-0, the Johnny be in the groove that he was in, 14-0, the plays they were calling and just executing and just running and passing and just going down the throats of Alabama in the first 2 series, 14-0 at home. And I mean, for Alabama, you're away. For them to come back
was nuts.
And they tied the game up quick. And it was, I thought, when I saw them go up 28-14, I'm like, well, there you have it. Because it was one of those
speeds to Kenny Bell, and then it came back and had another drive.
Exactly. And then Johnny Manziel said, let's ride. Let's just see what happens.
It's all good.
He started chucking, started running, started doing his thing. That was one of the most.
He avoided like 3 or 4 tackles, spun out of one, and then launched downfield. I said, because I heard guys saying, people who were watching the game saying, Alabama defense is not that good. I said, Johnny Manziel would make any defense
look stupid
like that. I said, this Alabama defense will go and kill somebody else. He was like, oh, the corners ain't the same. I said, dude, you can't cover anybody for 7 seconds. And Johnny Manziel buys time. Defensive linemen were like trying to catch him.
Evans, the wide receiver that had like 290 yards receiving.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah, that boy's going to be good. My thing is, like, people said that Johnny Manziel had to win that game for his Heisman Hope. I'm saying, no, he doesn't. All he had to do is have a good game.
And he did.
And he did.
500 total yards of offense.
Exactly. I mean, all that boy needed to do was have a good game and keep the game close, and he did that.
Listen.
And A&M ain't out of the title picture either.
No. Okay, now pose this question.
It'll be hard. It'll be damn near impossible.
I want to pose this question to you. I want to see what you say. Let's say Alabama runs the tape. Okay? Then you have, let's say, Louisville runs the tape. Okay, now, I'm going to give you some one-loss teams. Texas A&M ends up with 1 loss. Oregon ends up with 1 loss. Clemson ends up with 1 loss. Ohio State ends up with 1 loss. Who gets the shot?
It all depends. I'm going to say this before I say that. I would say Texas A&M because everybody would want to see that game. Everybody
wouldn't want to see Ohio State.
I don't want to see that. Hey, look, man. Hey, look. I don't want to see Ohio State versus Alabama.
I'll make my argument why I say Louisville should get the shot.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It all depends on how the last few games go. Who's ranked, where they're ranked, and how the last few games are set up. Because obviously, if Alabama runs the table, that means they're in the SEC championship game and Texas A&M wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So they're going up against somebody from the East. Another thing is you have other teams playing championship games that A&M is sitting out that last week. Most of these other teams are playing championship games against other ranked opponents. So that's going to hurt A&M from getting in because that means unless A&M is number 2, somehow behind Alabama,
but and Alabama add in all the strength of schedule and everything.
No, but what I'm saying is if Texas A&M would have to be number 2. Have to be number 2 with a 1 loss going into championship week, Okay, understand this. I'm just saying, with Texas A&M being one loss team, Alabama
and A&M in the same
division. Yeah.
Okay.
So Alabama automatically. Yeah, that means already beat them. Alabama would have to lose 2 games.
Or lose 1.
2 games in the division.
Oh yeah, no,
they have to lose for A&M to go. That's not happening. So if Alabama is 12-0, A&M would have to be number 2. All right. Alabama's already going to the championship game. A&M isn't. Then you're hoping that nobody jumps A&M after winning their championship game.
Who could Oregon beat to jump Texas A&M? If by in Pac-12?
Nobody.
Okay.
Louisville couldn't. Ohio State? Let's say they play. I don't know. Let's say they play Michigan.
Yeah,
or something.
Big Ten is trash.
I know, but what I'm saying is, it has to be something like that.
Michigan is in the Legends bracket. With
Louisville has to be undefeated number 3, and then it'd be tough. It'd be tough.
I'll give you the argument why I would like to see Louisville play Alabama.
I saw Louisville play Kentucky. I think Louisville will get
them kick the
butts.
crap out of Florida last year in the bowl game.
Louisville?
Yes. And I said that coach goes and gets the same players that plays against these guys in high school. How he gets them to Louisville, I do not know.
I think Louisville. They actually did a story on that.
Offensively, I think they could compete with Alabama. Now, on the defensive side,
I can tell you how Chuck Strong gets it. He gets them, and I read a story on it. He's getting the guys that are getting let go from other teams because they're in trouble.
Yeah,
he's getting all the troublemakers.
But they're just as good.
They're just headaches.
I said this. To me, I felt like he should have been Florida's coach.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, Will Muschamp, great guy, but I don't think he's of the mindset of Chuck Strong. I think, and I really think he has about 1-2 more years there tops, and they're gonna get rid of him if Florida doesn't. Right. But I think Chuck Strong would have instantly came in, and
he'd have ran the recruiting area in Florida.
Oh my God.
He'd have ran in Florida. Exactly.
Everybody went with him. Everybody.
He was Urban Meyer's main recruiter.
He would have had the Jameson kid.
Oh God.
At Florida State.
Well, no, he'd have gone to Alabama. Huh? He'd have gone to Alabama. He'd gone to Alabama.
I don't think he would have.
He said he was either going to Bama or to Florida State.
But that's because.
And he wanted to go to Texas. Mac Brown should have been fired. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But that's because Chuck Strong wasn't there. He was a freshman this year. He
right.
didn't talk to Chuck.
Uh-huh.
You never know. I'm just saying a lot of players would have probably went to that Florida team and they would have been relevant this year.
Look, right now though,
their defense is crazy, but they offensively
right now,
quarterbacks.
Like I said, I feel that Texas A&M will probably run the rest of the table.
So you think people would want to see a rematch?
Hell yes.
Nobody would want to see if Devontae Oregon offense.
No one cares about that, man. They want to see. They want to see who? They want to see Johnny Football.
Make it rain.
They don't care if they hate him. They want to. They don't care. They want to see Johnny Football. NCAA, even though Johnny burned their asses, NCAA wants Johnny Football in the championship game. Please believe that. I think.
Hey, listen. I think he's gonna win the Heisman again this year.
I hope he does. And I'm telling you, when I was watching that game at the restaurant, when I was watching the game at the other job, to hear people,
I heard you. When you hit me on the phone,
people hate.
What did I say?
People hate Johnny Football.
Didn't I hit you on the phone? I was sitting at the house. I was like, I'm sorry. I apologize to Johnny Manziel through you. I was like, I'm so sorry.
It was bad. But people hate Johnny Manziel. I'm telling you. They think he's a punk kid, and they can't stand him.
I love him, though.
Huh?
He's Jim McMahon. He's a new Jim McMahon with wheels.
Love Johnny Manziel. We got a lot of stuff to get through, and we're running out of time. Let's go into this real quick. We're going to hop over to basketball right now. Oh, I'm sorry, college football. There was no other game they really cared about week 2. Just want to let you know. Okay, here we go.
This week. There's a bunch of just beat up games.
Yeah, and this is ridiculous.
So Clemson and North Carolina State last night. But Boyd handled it.
Oh, it just that uppercut. That uppercut. Get the GIF. The GIF. That uppercut is amazing. Woo! You know what I'm talking about? You saw the uppercut?
No.
You ever seen the uppercut? That lineman did that running back? Oh, please look that up.
Clemson uppercut GIF.
Oh, God. That uppercut? Look that up. Please look that up. Just look up.
Isaiah Battle.
Just look at the boy got ejected. It was one of the cleanest uppercuts. It's an uppercut that you want to see. We'll talk about Mayweather and Canelo. It's one of the uppercuts you want to see in a boxing. Woo! That uppercut was beautiful.
Oh shit! I will show you how tough he is, dog.
He went to the ground
and he went through the face mask.
He came up,
ripped it. Wow. Short and sweet, compact.
So that was the best thing about the game last night, was that uppercut, baby.
Then 39 was like, "Why'd you do that?"
he didn't go after him. That's a big boy. Like an offensive tackle, just uppercutted a defensive back. The linebackers looked at him.
Why you do that?
That ain't right, man. Stop it. Stop playing. That thing was hilarious. Look that up, okay?
Yeah, I got it. I'm looking at it now. It's insane.
Okay, now we're going to NBA real quick. I just saw this on Grantland. Is Chris Webber a Hall of Famer? Look here, man.
Not
first ballot.
No, it'll take him a minute to get in.
We sat in here just discussing this, and first of all, I just want to say this: the Basketball Hall of Fame is a joke. Just want to let it be known. Oh, yeah. I don't like the
college and NBA Basketball Hall of Fame.
There's too many people in there. There's too many. Dick Vitale's in there. Vivian Stringer. Give me
no.
Hold on. No. Let me finish.
I can make a valid argument.
Let me finish. I want an NBA Hall of Fame. Give me an NBA Hall of Fame and give me a college basketball Hall of Fame. Not be men and women.
Okay, now let me
college basketball.
Okay, so now what do you do for all the great women players that play? They stop at college? Because you did have do you have a WNBA league Hall of Fame?
Give them one.
No, you didn't think about that because you're fucking chauvinistic and you're misogynistic. You didn't think about that. Now they have. What about the guys that play in the Euro leagues?
Give them their own. I want an NBA Hall of Fame.
There's no other football Hall of Fame.
Just like NFL. Just like the NFL?
Because nobody else plays
Shut up! Is the baseball Hall of Fame open to everybody?
Yes, Japanese players come and get in.
They're not getting in after they had to play in the MLB. They had to play in the MLB.
No, they don't. Ichiro's played in and he started his first season.
Who cares?
But they counted those stats.
Okay.
All that 3,000 hits, that's counted
4,000.
That's counted from Japan.
That's lovely. That's nice. But Ichiro was probably a Hall of Famer just from playing in the MLB.
He was a Hall of Famer playing over there.
But he's a Hall of Famer just playing in the MLB right here. He was a rookie. He was Rookie of the Year and MVP his first year and been playing lights out ever since. Now, I'm just tired of seeing all these things, and I don't get it. I need an NBA Hall of Fame, man. Now, off of that, Chris Webber, not our first ballot. Do I think he's a Hall of Famer? Off the top of my head, look here, man. I feel that if you're a Hall of Famer, it really shouldn't be a question. You shouldn't have to think about it. If you have to think about somebody's career, is that a Hall of Fame career? You don't have to look at the numbers. I don't need the numbers. Don't tell me the numbers. I know his numbers are probably really good and better than McHale's and everybody else. I don't care about that. You tell me, you say Chris Webber, I'm probably going to say no.
Eventually.
No.
Eventually.
No.
So why Kevin McHale and not Chris Webber?
Because he won multiple championships. He was part of... Yeah, okay. But he was one of the main guys off.
No,
he was on Bird, McHale, Parrish.
Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge.
Right.
Dennis Johnson, rest in peace. But
I don't think Danny Ainge is supposed to be in the Hall of Fame.
Quincy Jones, one of the greatest coaches ever in NBA.
That's great.
Chris Webber played for the fucking Sacramento Kings. Now, I ain't saying he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he should get in there eventually for the effect that he had on that franchise. When they played with the Washington, him and Juwan Howard had an effect on the Bullets. They became relevant. People started watching. Well, was he a Wizard there? He was Bullet still.
He was a Bullet still.
And then it changed the Wizards. But the Sacramento Kings were dead in the water. They were terrible. Nick Anderson was on that team. After his Orlando days, Chris Webber came there and changed the culture of the Sacramento Kings. They pressed the Lakers, didn't they? Take the Lakers to 7?
Yep.
Remember when Shaq
Hey, look, man.
The Lakers. So what I'm saying is if you take that, combine it with the Fab Five, he's had an effect on the game of basketball. Now, do I think it's a dominant effect where he should go in as soon as he's up for it? He goes in that year? No, because if you made Bernard King wait all this time, there's no way you can put Chris Webber in off the jump. He'll sit for a while, but he should go in.
Hey, man.
He should go in.
Look,
he'll sit for a while.
I know he probably will go in. First ballot, I already say hell no.
Now, this is the only reason why I say Antoine Walker doesn't get in. Numbers-wise, he's right there with Kevin McHale now. Field goal percentage is bad, but he shot a lot of three-pointers. But he didn't have a major effect on the game of basketball.
Okay.
He was a good guy that you can have.
Look, Antoine probably get in there too, because everybody gets into the Basketball Hall of Fame. I hate that Basketball Hall of Fame.
But what do you tell Cynthia Cooper? What do you tell Cheryl Swoop?
Look, here's the Lifetime Achievement Award. Good job.
What do you tell Tina Turner? That is bogus. Cynthia Cooper is one of the dopest basketball players I've seen.
I want NBA.
What do you tell Dawn Staley?
All right, you want to feel better? Look, it can be NBA, WNBA, and they had their own day too. Whatever. I just need an NBA Hall of Fame. I don't need EuroLeague players in there. I don't care about that.
It's to the game of basketball.
I want my NBA Hall of Fame.
Basketball is a global game, dog. Face it. Believe it or not, it's played everywhere, and other countries have caught up to us as far as the skill sets of games. You look at the heavy Euro influence on the game today. Look, Dirk Nowitzki, bad boy. You got guys from the south of the border, Argentina. What about them? Oscar Smith never played in the NBA.
I know,
but is a great international
player.
What do you do about some Olympic players that played in the Olympics but never played in the pros?
Hey, God bless them. Have a hall over there. Go stand in that hall. Then the European Hall.
Drazen Petrovic. Just throw him under the rug.
Drazen Petrovic
Drazen Petrovic was the second coldest two guard.
No, what I said, he played in the league and it was good.
But he started over there.
He can start over there. You can finish over here and then get in. You got to play here and play well.
Listen.
You can't suck in the NBA.
If you buy a prostitute on Halsted, but then you take her home and screw her in the south suburbs, you're still having sex. So what I'm saying is, if you started playing over there,
I'm concerned that a lot of your analogies have to do with porn, prostitutes, and sex.
I'm married 11 years. I don't get it, so I just have to come up with it as I go. So I'm just saying, I understand what you said. It can get frustrating because then you get a guy like Christian Laettner who gets it.
He's in there.
He's in there off of college.
Yeah, he's in there. And if that's the case, then Chris Webber is the first ballot. I hate that.
Well, Laettner wasn't the first ballot.
I don't care. He got in,
and he did.
Well, he got in. No, he got in with the dream team. That's how he got in.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Yeah. So I mean,
I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of the NBA. I'm so tired of this Hall of Fame, and I just want my NBA Hall of Fame. I don't care about no other players in the world. I don't care.
So now, if
playing the NBA, when you play in the NBA,
who some people you would take out then? If it was just all based on NBA stuff.
Oh, then I take out everybody that doesn't play in the NBA. There'll be a lot of players.
I know that. Besides them, like, what would be some So does Kevin McHale come out?
No, he in there. I told you first ballot.
Does Stockton come out?
No.
Why not?
He most assists ever.
No championships. Not high on point.
Most assists ever.
A lot of people say he's got the most assists ever because of the system he played in and he was passing.
Oh, I don't care about that. That never bothers me. Systems and whatever. You did what you did.
Does Reggie Miller come out?
You know,
what's with the long blinks?
I had to think.
Some people are gonna come out of here.
Reggie Miller. See, here's the thing. The thing about the Hall of Fame for me, I think it's it's for me, and it's personal opinion. Honestly,
what would be your criteria for just NBA guys?
Just NBA guys. Honestly, like I said, I don't have to think about it. If I gotta sit and think about it, I have an issue with it.
But that's too broad of a.
I understand that, but this is for me.
If it's your favorite player, you don't have to think about it.
I believe
Tracy McGrady never won anything. But if you look at his numbers, he had a.
But also, I believe also you have to be a franchise player for a certain amount of years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That being said,
Reggie Miller does belong in the Hall of Fame.
How tough a decision would it be for Scottie? Didn't have a lot of points. Didn't average a lot of points for his career. Did stuff that you don't see in a stat sheet.
I understand that.
A vital part.
But you know what Scottie comes under? I didn't have to think about it. Scottie's the Hall of Famer.
Here's my point.
Mm-hmm.
Are you not thinking about it because Scottie Pippen played with Mike? Or if I'm sitting and literally objectively, and I love, don't get me wrong, I think there, but if you objectively look at it, Scottie didn't average a lot of points, and a lot of stuff he did does not show up on a stat sheet.
I understand that. No, I understand that.
So how can you grade that?
You grade it because you watched him play. We watched him play. We watched Scotty play.
Okay.
We knew the impact he had on the game. And then the caveat.
I'm an alien that drops down here, and I just look at everybody's numbers.
You can't do that. You know you can't do that. You can't do that.
I can with Mike, no brainer.
Oh no, Mike's no brainer.
No brainer.
But here's
I can with Magic, no brainer. I can with Kareem.
I can tell you this right now.
Brainer.
The top 50, the 50 greatest of all time. Those were automatic first. Those were automatically in. They were
Scottie
in.
Pippen is in there.
Huh?
Scottie Pippen was in there.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
But what I'm saying is, here's my point. Just being objective, numbers wise, he's not.
I don't always go by numbers. I always don't go by numbers. I really don't.
So it's an eye test.
It's an eye test. Like I said, you asked me the question, I'm gonna say yes.
Dominique
but the
Wilkins
thing is
scored a lot
also,
of points,
but hold on.
Anybody.
But the thing is, we know that Scotty played well all those years. But then everyone said it was always Mike. You took Mike out for a year. What does Scotty do?
But and now to contradict that, Scotty wasn't that player though when Mike first got a hold of him. Scotty was having migraine headaches against Detroit.
Okay.
Sitting out. Scotty was getting soft against New York.
Good Lord, can a man not get better?
Till Mike grabbed him by the nuts and said, "Come on, you got the rod with me with the 30s off." And then Scotty manned up. So what I'm saying, and don't get me wrong, I feel you, but I'm just saying, if I'm somebody that's never seen basketball and I say, "Oh, this is a Hall of Fame, this is where your great players play," and the first two people you show me are Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell. I see one guy who did it with super stupid numbers, and then I see one guy who did it with championship.
You know what you say to that person? Why the hell haven't you been watching basketball? What the hell you doing in the Hall of Fame and not watching basketball? Get your ass out. I ain't worried about that person. We all know that them guys back then had great numbers. We all know. Will average like 50 points a game one year.
Bill Russell, and I see 11 rings. So I said, okay, so you must get in here due to your high stats. How many rings?
And I'm looking at you like, it's just, why are you here? I don't have to explain this to you. There's nothing to explain. So you just know.
Why is this guy?
How old is this person? How old is this person?
It's an alien from the planet Drebnas.
Hey.
And you're the first person he meets, and he wants you to.
Well, guess what's going to happen? Intergalactic war about to happen because he's going to piss me off. I'm dropping. Hey, shut up.
I think Chris Webber gets in. He just gets in late. He doesn't.
Moving along, because this is angering me.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting upset. Trent Richardson got traded, man. The Browns traded him for a first-round pick, sent him to the Colts. I don't know why you sent him to the Colts and just make him that much better, but they did.
Great trade for both teams. I like the trade.
Explain why you think that.
If I live in Cleveland right now, it wasn't like we was winning shit this year.
Right, go ahead.
Brandon Whedon turned out to be a super bust, which, once again, I must take an L for that one because I thought the old guy was going to pan out.
Well, I just
got Brian Hoyer starting over Jason Campbell. What does that say for him? How bad have you gotten Jason Campbell?
Jason, sorry about
Brian
that.
Brian Hoyer has a 67 rating on Madden. Now, let's get off that. What I'm saying is, when you're Cleveland, you look at next year's draft.
Right.
Quarterback heavy. Some nice quarterbacks. Had a kid from San Diego State University. Teddy Bridgewater will be coming out. Johnny Manziel will be coming out. McCarron will be coming out. You got a lot of great quarterbacks. The kid from Oregon, Palili, I forget his name.
He's Samoan. Samoans don't play quarterback.
And with the evolution,
doesn't that sound bad?
The race card. But anyway, and then with the invention of these new offenses where quarterbacks are being utilized more, Cleveland is going to tank this season. The only people that'll probably be worse than them is Jaguars. And if the Jaguars say, "Hey, we're going to take Bridgewater #1," Cleveland gets the second pick, and they go, "Hey, well, we'll take Johnny Manziel high, maybe or whatever." You can get a quarterback, and then you can come back and get another running back, or you can get two quarterbacks, duke it out. Let them duke it out, and then have a Kirk Cousins RG3 situation. You're not going to win anything this year. The Colts, on the other hand, are a young team that's on the rise. You got a young quarterback. You got receivers in T.Y. Hilton, the mixture of veteran Reggie Wayne, who's mentoring them before he leaves. Solid offensive line. Now, your weakness and your Achilles heel was tailback. You got Amar Bradshaw, who's often injured. Donald Brown, who's not really a speedster. He's a guy that could get you 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Now you have a game-breaking running back on your team that you could rotate with Amar Bradshaw to take the wear and tear off both of them. You could do a two-back system. I think it's a great trade for both teams.
Look, the reason why I told people that it's not a big deal for the Browns to let go of Trent Richardson because, like I've always said, running backs aren't really respected in this league. GMs don't really respect running backs.
Are a dime a dozen. Good to great running backs are hard to find.
Do you know what Trent is? You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Peterson, only one of him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Chris Johnson was great running back for like 2 years. Right. He really hasn't made that kind of impact on the field in a while.
His quarterback situation changed.
It sucked as well, but who does Adrian Peterson?
Because when he had the drunk, no offense, Kerry, Chris Johnson, because Kerry
when he had Vince.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But who has Adrian Peterson had? Exactly.
Well.
Exactly. So my thing is,
he had wait.
No. He had
Brett Favre for a year.
A year, I know. But
who was before Brett?
Look, man, he had a great year last year with Christian Ponder.
Christian Ponder's a bomb. I'm gonna just go on the record. He's a B-A-U-M.
So
B-A-U-M bomb.
But so that's my thing. The Browns suck. Gonna stay suck. And just suck. I don't care. This number 1 draft pick they're getting ain't gonna be nothing. They ain't gonna draft a good player anyways.
Why not?
Because they suck.
Organization.
They just suck. They suck, man.
Can you say suck any? Hey,
suck.
Yeah, it comes down to the organization.
And hold on, if Trent Richardson is any kind of decent, kind of good, you put him with the Colts.
That's a problem.
You can't say nothing about that offense.
Nope.
Andrew Luck is surrounded with talent. Have at it. You know what I'm saying?
But once again, we're talking Andrew Luck. Trent Richardson had to play with.
How are you gonna get the number 1 and number 3 player in the 2012 draft? How you gonna do that?
But
just give it to him.
But here's my thing. Trent Richardson, we don't know how good he can be because he was keyed on a lot because he was the only threat on Cleveland.
And he was hurt.
Now because he was keyed on.
Broken ribs.
Now people have to worry about more things. I think we really see how good Trent Richardson can be when you're not putting 8 in the box on him everywhere.
We run out of time. Let's get to Floyd Mayweather and Canelo. That was just a clinic. It was a boring game. It was a boring fight.
But it was
Mayweather. It was Mayweather.
Listen, I'm going to say this. People are going to get pissed at me. Take away all of the outside stuff that Floyd Mayweather's done. Quite possibly the greatest of all time. Pure boxing talent, greatest of all time. All you Ali fans, listen to what I'm saying before you get mad. I'm not talking about Ali's social impact on human life will never be matched by an athlete other than maybe.
But he got dropped a few times.
But he lost. If Floyd runs this because now fight Danny Garcia, fight Timothy Bradley, take their belts, okay, and he's got 4 fights left, or 3 left.
3.
Okay, Danny Garcia, Timothy Bradley,
49-0 is where you going for.
And then for the 49th one,
somebody
give Marquez a rematch, and then if you beat Marquez, say for 50, let's do something great. Pacquiao will be old. He'll be old. Do the fight that everybody wants to see. Whoop Pacquiao ass
and keep it moving.
Walk out and say,
the thing.
Give the finger on the way out, Floyd, because you deserve to do that.
Watching Floyd at this fight and this young fighter who's a powerful puncher.
And Canelo will be around for a long time. Canelo will control that division until Adrian Broner moves up.
So when I watched that fight, it made me realize Pacquiao probably stands no chance against Floyd Mayweather.
He never stood a chance.
Never stood a chance. I was trying to say that he might have had a chance, yada, yada. Pacquiao never stood a chance, and that's why Mayweather was like, you cannot get paid as much as me.
I would tell you one. Well, listen. The 2 highest pay-per-views, he just broke his record with Canelo.
And I'm just like,
my thing is this.
What did we...
That whole thing where everybody was hollering about Pacquiao, he was so scared of Pacquiao. Mayweather didn't need the payday. He's used to getting 40 and 42 million. So Pacquiao needed that payday. Mayweather didn't need that payday. Understand this? That was a walk in the park. The man got 41 mil just to walk to the ring. So he didn't need that money. Pacquiao needed that major payday. So at the end of the day, I like Floyd Mayweather when it's all said and done. Minus the social impact of that. Floyd Mayweather can.
Can you see anybody beating him?
He sits. No. I mean, anybody can lose in boxing. It's boxing.
Right.
But flat out, you put my money on Danny Garcia. Too fast for Danny Garcia. He'll outclass Timothy Bradley, who has hand speed, but he'll outclass him. And then Marquez, he's already beaten him before. The only person I can see beating him, and he'll never fight him, is Adrian Broner. Because he's Floyd. That's the same guy.
Here we go. We're going to go right into these picks right here for week 3. Bears versus Steelers. Leon, who you got?
I'm going to say the Bears in a close one because the Steelers really need this game. They're reeling right now.
And it's in
Steeler country. Home of the first van hit.
I got Bears winning that game, too. Colts versus 49ers. Who you got?
49ers in the blowout. They're going to be pissed off. Trent Richardson, this is the wrong game for you to start.
49ers going to win that game as well. I got Bills versus Jets.
Battle of the black rookie QBs. I'm going with EJ because he cried while giving the game ball to his daddy. I'm close to my daddy. You can't beat that. Not saying that Gino ain't close to his daddy, but I just like the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills, too. I just think the Jets suck. Packers versus Bengals.
Damn.
Who you got, man?
Tough one right here. Both these teams need this game, but after seeing what Aaron Rodgers did last Sunday, he is on a mission, and he ain't talking about it. Last year, he ran his mouth a lot. This year, I think he's just going to come out. He's going to hang another 400-yard game on the Bengals.
I got the Green Bay Packers winning this game as well. Falcons, Dolphins. Leon, who you got?
I don't even know why you have this game listed. I think the Dolphins are a sham. They're using smoke and mirrors right now. They're like Luol Deng at the 3 spot in the NBA. I'm going Falcons, and I'm going Falcons big.
I got Dolphins with the upset.
God bless you. What's your record?
Shut up. Leon, get us out of here.
Hey, man, we want to thank everybody for stopping by and hanging out with us. Remember, check out Sports Unplugged. Follow us on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to us. Also, follow us on Twitter at Sports Unplugged. Follow my man Big Mad at Big Mad, and follow me at Leon Rogers. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Hey, man, be on the lookout. We might be live and direct soon. I'll let you know, man. Keep watching us. Keep supporting us, and we'll support you all, too. Peace!